The doctor wasn't there for Allison's birth.
Well, he was there when I was in the hospital and examined me and said, this is going to take some time. He said, I'll be back in a few hours. And,
He went hiking up the mountain.
Yeah, and he didn't get back in time for the baby to be born, and the nurses were all telling me, don't push, don't push, don't push. They
Wait for
finally
the
got
doctor.
an intern up in the emergency room or somewhere, and he was there. Because they said, you can't wait any longer, this baby's going to come.
So, Dad, were you there?
He wasn't allowed to be
That's
with
what
me.
I was gonna.
He was.
You were just out in the dad's waiting room handing out cigars.
He was able to be with me for a little while I was in labor, and he rubbed my back. But as soon as it got to the point where they take me and prep me for birth and everything, they shoot him out.
Did you see any of your children born?
No, I don't think they didn't really like
Father's around.
fathers around.
Shoot him away.
So, you take this baby home in your little house there.
1449, that's got the
He's home.
East Hall, also got the
Where'd you put her?
We had a little bassinet. No, we didn't.
box.
No, we had a drawer out of the
Oh,
chest,
that's right.
remember?
That's right.
We
We took a drawer.
out of the chest and put her in a little drawer. You have a, and then we got a crib for her later, and that crib mattress was the only thing we took back east with us when we went east.
Yeah.
Remember, we put the crib mattress. We didn't have much furniture. We had a card table and a couple of boxes to sit on.
You didn't have any chairs?
That was our only table, a card table and a couple of boxes, a wooden box. And we had a washer, didn't we?
Yes. That's the one thing I insisted on.
Was it one of those ones that you run the clothes
No,
out?
it wasn't
through?
a regular
No.
washer, it was an automatic washer.
Automatic washer.
We had a stove and a refrigerator.
But no furniture.
And we finally got wall carpet. Remember when we got the wall
Yeah.
carpet put in the front room and everything? And
Black
then,
and white check.
Yeah. And that when they had a big rainstorm and a flood, and it flooded our house.
With the new carpet?
We pulled the carpet up. It was wall-to-wall carpeting, and we pulled it up and rolled it up and put it up on top of it.
Before
Put it on our bed.
Yeah.
the water got there?
Before the water got there.
Before it got into the house.
It was coming up the steps, and I said, "This is coming in the house."
Rip, 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 rip.
We got everything up on the floor all the way, and then my dad came with his truck with water almost up to the bed of the truck, and parked a little ways away, and we waited out with the baby, carrying some personal clothes and belongings. So we waited out to the truck. We got a dad's pickup truck and took the baby and a few belongings, clothing. Mostly it was baby stuff. We went and had to live at my mother's house for about 3 months. Because they wouldn't let us back in the house. Water got into our house only about 3 inches. But it soaked the hardwood floors. All hardwood floors had to be replaced. And a lot of the wallboard had got wet and it soaks it up. You know.
The drywall.
And they wouldn't let us back in the house with the baby. The Red Cross does this, you know. They replaced everything. They replaced our floors and they did the walls and everything.
So that wasn't done by insurance, that was the Red Cross?
Red Cross.
Red Cross did.
But they wouldn't let us back in the house until it was certified as completely dry. That there was no longer dampness in the walls and the floors and the foundation and stuff, because that's dangerous for the baby. So we ended up staying for about 3 months with my mom and dad.
Wow. How was that? That must have been difficult, huh?
Yeah. Fishing them out.
Why was it tough on you, Dad?
Well, her mother didn't like me.
Yeah, I think we've established that. But you were probably hardly ever there, working 2 jobs and going to school. Probably helped you a little bit having somebody around the baby. Take care of the baby.
Nothing I ever did with the baby was right.
And that's a burden.
After this experience, Al decided we were going to move east.
Oh, is that what did it? Is that what made you want to go east?
And
No.
he pretty much decided beforehand that he wanted to go work in South America.
Yeah, that's why she was taking Spanish.
Bob Wells was recruiting him to go with the First National City Bank.
Bob had been in South America working for Citibank in Argentina, where we were on a mission. And he made that connection with me. So we moved east. I think you need to tell the story about your office promotion thing back in California. Remember that?
Office promotion.
And when your leader in place, you were working as a secretary for,
Yeah.
and the guy that was in charge there,
The controller.
yeah, he was a controller. He offered, not offered, he called a meeting of his group, said, okay, Mrs. Rust, you're going to be my assistant, or whatever it was, the assistant controller. Guess what Merle said?
No.
Remember what you said?
I don't remember. I remember that I told him I was not going to be there very long.
Oh, you told him, well, I can't take that job. My husband, we're going to New York.
That's how you told him you were leaving?
When I learned that, I just...
See, I just got back to work temporarily because I knew he wanted to go to New York, but I had to go back to work in order to renew my insurance because I was already pregnant again.
Yeah.
And I had to have some insurance to pay for that medical. And so in order to qualify, I had to go back to work for a few weeks to qualify.
So then that means you were pregnant with Denise.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was pregnant with Denise. That's when I found out that you can get pregnant while you're nursing.
Evidently.
Because I've been told by several people, including my mother, that keep nursing, Merle, because they get pregnant when you're nursing.
Oh boy. So, that's interesting.
So I was only really at work. I worked for about 6 weeks.
Yeah, so...
About 6 weeks.
Just enough to keep you medical.
And medical.
They didn't have insurance where you were at? Or they didn't have
He
good
was
coverage?
quitting his job at the school.
Oh.
And we were going to work for the bank, but he wasn't yet working for them.
Right.
And once we did work, we understood that that any pre-existing conditions qualify. And that was a pre-existing condition.
So before we go east. What you got back to the house after you fled, and you lived there for a while. Did you put that nice carpet back down?
Yeah, the carpet like that. Bought a few little pieces of furniture. We bought that off of a couch.
Yeah, a little couch,
Yeah.
very simple couch, was interesting.
Wrought iron.
Yeah, it was wrought iron, but the covering was very interesting. It was kind of a weave things with silver and green through it, you know.
Is it an iron couch?
Well, little
This
iron
part.
legs.
Oh, the leg. You say that must have been hard to move, especially if you were taking it to New York.
We didn't take it.
Yes, we did.
Oh, that's right. It unscrewed the legs.
Yeah, I took the legs,
Bottom.
screwed the legs off, put it in the back seat of the car, and put the baby on top of that.
The baby crib.
A crib on top
Baby
of
mattress.
the mattress.
We took
That's the
that
only
with
piece of
us.
furniture we had.
That we took with us.
So that's all we had.
Yeah, we didn't
We
have.
didn't have any other furniture.
Good thing we never would have made it back with anything.
So you left your job there at, what was it, North Aviation?
North American Aviation.
North American
Yeah,
Aviation.
well, and I went from teaching part-time, I went to teaching full-time. And I was also going to school. I went to the University of Southern California at UCLA, and
We went
Los
to every
Angeles.
school.
any school that was around, I went to.
Yeah,
I had the GI Bill. It
right.
didn't cost me anything. So,
And you enjoyed going to school?
yeah.
He would have gone to school for a year. He wanted to go to law school. He really wanted to go to law school, and he planned on going until I put my foot down and said, no way you're going to go to school anymore. We have 6 children. You have,
Wait, this is after you got your PhD?
after he got his PhD, you have a master's degree, a PhD. That's enough. I want to see my husband.
Well, much later, I extended myself too much. I had an attack in New York City and collapsed and taken to the hospital. Had to slow down.
Okay, so going, so you left your job there at North American Aviation. You guys drove east.
A whole month.
So
Took the whole month, drove up the
California coast.
California coast into Canada, and
And down.
took the Trans-Canadian Highway down to Niagara Falls.
yeah, except we went across and got to about before Michigan and came down into the United States and then crossed over through Detroit and went back in because we went to see some of my Dartmouth friends along the way. Then we went to back into Canada, and that's where we stayed for a couple of days with another buddy from Dartmouth. Can't remember his name right now, but he was in the banking business, was married. So they took us to Niagara Falls. Then we came down from that
Into the city.
New York City.
So you went right into the city, and how did you find a place to live?
We got there in a hotel, but a different kind of hotel. It was a hotel for people that wanted to be there for a short time while they looked for things.
An extended stay.
And until we found a place that we wanted to stay, and the bank, told us that was a place. Well, they didn't put us out. They told us, that would be a place to go. And then I think we were there 2 weeks or something like that, and I started looking for a place to go permanently, and shopped here and there, and finally wound up the best place to go was to Staten Island. Take the ferry, because I was right down at right there at Wall Street.
Southern end of Manhattan.
Yeah, and you could walk from our office about 2 blocks. We were at the ferry. Get the ferry and go across to Staten Island, and you need to know a little bit about the structure of New York City. New York City is made up of 5 boroughs, and 4 of the boroughs are on islands. Staten Island, Manhattan Island, Brooklyn is on Long Island, Queens is on Long Island, and the one up above the Bronx is on the mainland. But anyway, we rented the upstairs of a couple that had 1 child.
There's a stevedore worked on the docks.
Used to steal, like
Had a
stevedores,
basement pool and stuff stolen off the docks.
all kinds of stuff.
Stuff that fell off the boat.
Yeah. And they were happy to have us when I told them that we had 1 child, but when we came there, they saw that Merle was pregnant. And, so wound up in Staten Island, and we lived in that little place for a few months, maybe 5 months or 6 months.
And Denise was born while we were there. When we were there at that little apartment, Denise was born because she was the one that called, that got me to the hospital.
What was it? And of course,
Called you to tell you.
of course, they wanted us to get out of there because she was pregnant or something. They moved somebody up there where we were staying. I can't remember where.
They were going to move somebody up there, and they did.
Yeah.
But it was there too. Denise was born on the 12th of December. And on the 24th of December, she almost died.
Wait, before we get to that, let's talk about Denise's birth. So
She was born in Staten Island Hospital.
and Dad wasn't there. He was at work.
He was taking care of the baby. Allison,
Where?
at the apartment while I was at the hospital.
Oh, okay, but no, you mentioned that the woman called.
Him at work to tell him she was taking me to the hospital, that I was late.
Oh, okay.
So that I come
That
home
you would
and
come
take
home
care
to
of the
take
baby.
care of the baby. Okay.
And she took care of the baby for a couple hours until he got home. So the baby was born there at that time. I had a fairly easy labor, and she was a very healthy, strong baby. But in her crib, she was laying on her tummy, and she threw up and inhaled
Some of it.
and was strangling. And I went in and found her and picked her up and started pounding her on the back with her head hanging down, and ran downstairs, and the lady downstairs called the ambulance, and the police came. The ambulance came, and they didn't have anything tiny enough to put down her throat, and so they just rushed us to the hospital. By the time we got her to the hospital, she was breathing.
Had already
Barely,
recovered somewhat.
but she had inhaled that mucus and stuff into her. So she spent Christmas Day, her first Christmas in Staten Island. And we went to see her on Christmas Day. They kept her in the hospital.
They didn't let you stay there with her.
But we went very early the next morning, had Alice with us to get her, and she was in a big crib, and the covers were so tight around her that you couldn't even see her. That crib, I looked at the crib and I said, "Where is she? She's gone," you know.
So she wasn't in with the newborns. She was in with the
The regular nursery.
with the elder kids.
One of those big cribs that they have for children. See, she was only 2 weeks old.
It's all the time. Gosh. Look back on it and wonder how he survived. Well, then we moved into a part of an old church.
But they made it to a duplex. The landlord lived on one side and we lived on the other side.
Those were pretty common in New York around that time. In Staten Island and Queens.
And
Sure, common law.
we had a coal furnace. You had to shovel coal in.
And it was in the kitchen. We had to carry coal into our kitchen and put it into our furnace. And we had to stoke the fire for the night so that it would still have coals in it in the morning, so that it wouldn't have gone completely out. And it was so cold there. Stoking a furnace at night, there's no heat.
Well, it was, like she said, it was an old church that was made, and I think that part of it was just on that end because the other people lived in the whole place there. And our big problem there, we had a living room that was bigger than Dan's. Great big place.
It was hard to keep warm.
Yeah.
It was hard to keep warm, and we didn't have any furniture to put in it.
Yeah, there was no furniture.
Our old couch with
the wood with the legs. It was sat there in this great big room.
So you finally had this great big place, nothing to put in it.
And there were the kitchen and this big living room were downstairs. And then there was a little narrow stairs that went upstairs. And upstairs there were 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. The only bathroom was upstairs.
And a closet.
And a closet.
Because that's where we put Denise.
Yeah.
In the closet. Just rolled the crib right in the closet.
So that was a pretty big place there. It sounds like
It was
huge.
Yeah, it was big compared to
where
we'd been living. That part was bigger than the house that we had in. It was 2-story, of course. And actually, later on, when the church got a little bit organized there, which wasn't too long, we held primary there.
Really? So there wasn't an organized branch there in New York?
No, we went all the way to
Short Hills?
New Jersey, Short Hills, for church.
Well, at first when we moved there, we went into New York City.
Yeah.
Short Hills Ward wasn't finished. They were still building it. We lived in Manhattan.
But a very short time.
It was only about 3 or 4 months.
I don't
And
think
then
it was
they
that.
dedicated the Short Hills building, and we went to the dedication. Put us in the,
So how long did it take you to get to Short Hills from Staten Island?
A long time. An hour plus.
an hour and a half. And you had to pay tolls across the bridge, the Goethals Bridge. to get there.
That's
So
the
you
thing I
drive?
heard.
So you drive?
Yeah.
We drive from Staten Island to Short Hills in time for priesthood meeting, which would start at 8 o'clock.
Yeah. And then you go up in the dry room,
And get the kids ready for church.
get to
Oh.
dress the kids for church.
We put them in the car right from there.
In their pajamas?
Yeah.
Because our car didn't have a heater in the winter, it was awfully cold. And even in the summer, we just put them in the primer.
And they have, that time they had the split sessions, so we would only go to Sunday school.
We went to priesthood meeting in Sunday school and then went home to Staten Island. Didn't attend sacrament meeting
Didn't go to Sunday.
because it was too far to go home and come back.
Come back, yeah.
And there was, she said that where they lived at one time, people would take their lunches, and eat at the church. Nobody did that at the Short Hills Ward, and it wouldn't have been very favorably looked
No,
on.
the whole way. They were very particular about everything there.
Yeah,
How so?
Well,
they were wealthy people.
all of the people there were wealthy. Short Hills was
Yeah.
the richest place in New Jersey at that
Still is.
time.